babe. Coffee bars out of dark roast. Hi, yes, this is room 528. I'm out of towels.
Babe, I'm at work.
Mom, when's dinner gonna be ready? We're just gonna start it because I got a lot to talk about, y'all. Hi, my name is Maggie, aka Kitchy Whips, here on Flosstube, because I forget where I am, and on Instagram. This is a channel all about cross stitch, and today is super exciting because I just got back from Stitch, New Jersey a few days ago. Actually, it's already been a week. That is extremely depressing, which is why you see the intro that you see today. It was a lot of fun. It was my first retreat, and I loved every minute of it. It was really great. Arlene Works by ABC is the organizer of that retreat, so please make sure you are following her on Instagram as well as here on Flosstube. She's an amazing designer, she's an awesome person, and she throws a great retreat. So check it out so that you can hopefully join in next year if you didn't make it this year. I'm going to try to get back in for next year because that was a lot of fun. It was a 9-hour drive. That was not so fun, but it was a really great time. It really just made me even more excited for the Queen City Stitch Retreat, the one that I'm doing with Fiber Arts Amy, because everybody was just so cool and we just stitched. And you could say, you know, 2 over 2 on 28 count, and the person didn't stare at you like you were nuts. And even if you didn't feel like stitching, you could walk around and look at stitching, talk about stitching, plan about stitching. It was just a really cool weekend. And I want to give a shout out to table 726. Arlene named all the tables DMC colors. I was at table 726, and it was a great time. Met new people. I've got new friends. Hilarious stories were shared. It was just a fantastic time, and we were all stitching something different, which is another thing I really liked, is I got to see so many designers and patterns and colors and things in person, which just makes a huge difference when, you know, you're a cross stitcher, because I don't have an LNS. I've got local area stitchers, but we've not kind of gotten together and hooked up yet. So, you know, all my experience is still basically online, which is fine. I've discovered after this retreat that there are levels to being a stitcher. You stitch by yourself, which is a ton of fun, and I love doing it. You find online friends like Instagram, Flosstube, and you've got a little mini community there with people that you chat with or start a SAL with or what have you. Retreats is all of this just taken to the next level. And it's unlike any experience stitching. It was really great, and I had a lot of fun, and I met a lot of cool people. If you're nervous about going to a retreat, that's natural, that's normal, and it's okay. But once you get in that room, you are going to find your people, and it's going to be awesome. This felt like a reunion for family I just hadn't met yet. Like, that's the way it felt. I actually did a cartoon skid double back. Like, somebody, I was walking to my table and somebody was stitching a hade. See, I'm still calling full coverage hades. Full coverage does not necessarily mean it's a hade. Hade is Heaven and Earth Designs, which is a shop that sells full coverage patterns. And I'm still just calling all full coverage hade. She was stitching a full coverage piece, and it looked like it was basically done. And I caught it out of the corner of my eyes walking to my table. So I was like, oh, whoa, what is that? Like, can I please look at this? And she very sweetly unrolled it from a scroll frame. And I was like, I don't mean to intrude, but I have to ask you about this. And that was happening with everybody all weekend long. Highly recommend. As attendees, we did get a goodie bag. We got this awesome Stitch New Jersey bag. It's got this pocket. It zips. I was already using it. This ended up being the bag that I took back and forth to my room. So if I needed something, I'd stick it in there. If I just need to run upstairs, Yeah, I loved it. Also got this rockin' coffee cup that I already enjoy my coffee in every morning. See? Won't go through the whole thing, but a lot of really cool things. We got the StitchNJ pattern that Arlene designed for us, and it's super cute. I really want to stitch it because I want to get into stitch journaling. I used to do a lot of mixed media, like art journals and that type of thing. And I've really been missing mixed media lately. And I've been trying to think of a way to incorporate mixed media with cross stitch. Well, of course, because the community is so genius, people are already doing that. The hard work is done. I don't got to come up with the ideas of what to do. You have a UFO, they might cut around the stitch piece and glue it in a journal. It's very cool. Someone brought their stitchy junk journal for the brag table. It was so cool. And she like made the book binding all. It was so neat. I will be inserting a video of the brag table so that you guys can see everything. So many good pieces. So many good. You know what? Let's just do that right now. Weren't they awesome? Back to junk journaling for a moment. One of the vendors at the event was selling pre-made junk journals, and I bought one. This makes my heart so happy, y'all. You don't know. If anybody would be interested in seeing like the music journals or whatever that I've done, let me know and maybe I'll show them one day just for funsies. So I think what I'm going to do is stitch the New Jersey pattern, retreat pattern, and put that in here because it's small. I am going to be all over the place in this video. Okay, so just get your stitching out, stitch, relax, and just listen. That's what my 3-year-old says now. Listen, mommy, listen. When I'm trying to tell him something he does not want to hear, he tells me to listen. Little punk. Better be glad he's cute or I would boot him out of here so fast. Don't call the cops. I would never do that. Grace Notes Fabrics was another vendor. It was a lot of fun to meet them. I've got this piece of Earl Grey. I don't have a lot of, this is what I would call a neutral. That is a neutral to me. So, but I don't know what I'm going to put on it. Any ideas? I was kind of toying with the idea of floss tossing Lilith of Labrador on this to see. I don't know. Then I've got this piece of Blueberry Milkshake, which I've been looking at for a while. This is also neutral for me. But Amy, I bought a fat half. Ah! Aren't you so proud of me, y'all? I bought a fat half. So I can stitch something and not run out of room. Y'all, your little stitcher's growing up. I might try to find a huge mirror to stitch. Bigger ones are like Rosamund, Fairy Idol, Mooka. But Mooka's green and brown, so I don't think that'll work. Give me some ideas. Give me something big. Or 2 Miras, or 4 Noras. I would also accept those suggestions. I met a lovely, lovely person I was so excited to meet because she's coming to my retreat, Grace City. Yeah, people are going to be so confused in October. I've got my stuff together, y'all, okay? You can trust me. She's coming to my retreat, the Queen City Stitch Retreat, in October. Her name is Denise, and she made me this awesome project bag. I was like, what? Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. And I've got all my stuff in here I'm going to show you. She also came up to me at one point and said, I saw a wizard on the Freebies table and I grabbed him for you. Isn't he cool? He's pondering life. He's a very cool wizard. So that was very sweet. That was the other thing, is even if you met someone for the first time, if you heard like, oh, I love samplers or whatever, people would be like, oh, I saw this sampler on the freebie table. Do you want it? Like, it was very cool. Arlene Works by ABC was also a vendor one of the days. So I was able to see a lot of her stuff in person, including her little nesting dolls that she designed that I think are so awesome. And I'm really trying to think of 3 characters where I could convert. I'm trying to figure that out. If you haven't seen it, it's very cool. She also had all of her biscorn ewes. She's made these seasonal stacks, and she showed like on different fabrics how the size changes. It was fascinating. She is a math teacher in real life, and you can sense that through everything that she designs and creates. Arlene just has this, it's going to make no sense. There's a logic to her work. There's a symmetry. There's a geometry. And for some reason to my brain, it's very soothing. That doesn't make any sense. And I'm not good at math. Y'all know. But when I look at Arlene's work, somehow subconsciously I get it. I don't know. This is one of the models that she had stitched at her table, and I got the pattern because the more I looked at it, I don't know. It just felt very soothing, and it was really cool because we started talking. This is called Sevenfold. And Arlene said something I'm going to paraphrase that is going to be wrong. Because I'm not math, but I'm going to try. Apparently, this 7-fold geometry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, is very rare. Did I say this geometry? Is that what I meant to say? How about if I just read what she wrote, and then I won't look like a dum-dum? In the study of Islamic geometric design, certain types of symmetry are seen over and over, namely 4-fold, 5-fold, and 6-fold, as well as multiples of those, think 12 or 16 pointed stars. It is unusual to find a design with 7-fold geometry. And then she talks about this online course she took with an artist, geometer? There are worlds of intelligent people that I am not a part of. But look, she took a course on the secret of sevens. How can you not look at that and be like, that's something? And she does this for all of her patterns. I've said it over and over. You need to follow her. The things that she takes her inspiration from, she's constantly learning and adding to her repertoire of knowledge. And she is freaking smart. I am but a simple stitcher. So just tell me. My brain will process that subconsciously, and then I will stitch this. I'm not sure what I'm going to stitch this on, but it really was very pretty in person. You will feel extremely smart when you stitch a Works by ABC. You'll learn something new and have a beautiful stitch at the end of it. Oh, speaking of Arlene, again, we got our picture taken with our Rosina Disseries. I'm going to put that picture in now. Bing. I am going to show my own stitching at some point. Maybe I'll do that now. Stitching. One of the freebies that I snagged from the freebies table is Steampunk Sea Serpent by Sam Sarah Design Studio Inc. He's cool like this, 100%. But I am going to use him as my very first mixed media cross stitch crossover. And I'm very excited. I'm changing a lot of the colors. This, where you can see his little back stitching here that emphasizes like gears and things like that. I'm using metallics. I've got a collection of Krynics that I've collected that look metally to me. I don't have the buttons, so I'm gonna use actual metal and gears and keys and steampunky things. And then I'm going to add him to a mixed media canvas and make him into a mixed media art piece for my walls. I'm very excited because the fabric that I picked for him is amazing. And like I said, I'm changing out some of the colors. So, you know, I don't think I'm gonna do like the reds and oranges. We'll see. I want him to look rusty, patina, steampunk. That's what I want. This is my start. I've got his little light bulb done. Now, as you can see, I've changed it already. This is a gold Krynic. This is my glow-in-the-dark sulky that I'm using for my sassy skeleton sow, my skeleton mosaic. So I'm gonna incorporate some glow-in-the-dark elements. Fancy. Check out this fabric. I love it so much, and I need more. And the tag is not here. Let me find that for you. He's hanging out in this rockin' project bag I bought at StitchNJ. It's from Penny and Tunny. She was super awesome. Anyway, the fabric is Arpeggio from Grace Notes Fabrics. I don't think it's been added to their website yet. I think they add fabrics around Black Friday. So if you like it, keep an eye out for it. I kind of need some because it is coming across a little more green on the camera. It's definitely more blue, but it's got that patina. Oh, it's perfect for my fish. I am so excited, y'all. And I do need to get him stitched kind of quick because I promised Allie from Allie Z is Crafty that I would pass along the pattern to her when I'm finished. Speaking of Allie was sitting beside me all weekend at StitchNJ, and she's a blast. Totally love her. Bang, bang, bang. Adore. And she just started a Flosstube channel. So go to Allie Z is Crafty. Please subscribe. Give her a like. Give her a comment. She did a great first video. She's a natural, and it was a lot of fun. Lots of colorful projects, which make me very happy. So check her out. She gave me this picture, this plus fabric. It's Crystal Da Vinci. She was like, I'm not gonna stitch anything on this and I'm gonna put it on the freebies table. Do you want it? Hell yeah. Doy. You don't have to ask me, just hand me the stuff. I got these off the freebie table to use in my stitch journal. I got this off the freebie table because I thought it said Lush. It does not. It says Wish, as evidenced by this giant dandelion. But I did. Look. Lush. It says Wish. What are you gonna do? They had a ton of Joan Elliott patterns, so I picked up Moon Dance, which I had never seen before. But she's really cool. I love the fabric that they've got her on. But I don't think they say what the fabric is, which is odd. This is a tiny modernist pattern called Secret Garden, and it's very sweet and colorful. And that door, I love this door. But because I don't have enough to do, when I saw this door, I was like, oh, that looks like a Hobbit door. If and when I stitch this, I want to make this door round like a Hobbit door. And then I want to change the words to say, in a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit. Because it looks very Shire-esque to me. So I really want to do that. And I hope I can pull it off. Because I think I just got to like move these flowers and birds. That should be relatively easy, right? I can at least make a circle. That's easy, right? Arlene, help me make a circle with math. I need a keeper. Look at this dandy thing. What is this? I like a lot of the Glendon Place patterns. I don't have any. The one I would love to have is the Headless Horseman one. He's so cool. but I like their style a lot. And I don't know, what is this claw hand? He's got his hand in his pocket, and the other one's hailing a taxi cab. Atlantis. Okay. I want to put him on an obnoxious super teal fabric, which I've seen quite a few Halloween on that bright blue, and I think he would be so happy if I put him on an obnoxious blue color, wouldn't he? In fact, maybe he'd like to invite a friend. It's a tap dancing skeleton. Y'all should pretty much by now know why I bought this one. He's got on a bow tie and tap shoes. Like, this is my favorite part. His name is Mr. Bone Jangles. One of my table mates, hey Sarah, said that she grabbed this off the freebie table for her husband, but she doesn't want to stitch it. So she gave it to me. Look, it's a Hobbit house. I love it. Thank you, Sarah. Another freebie off the freebie. This Bendy Stitchy. We're all mad here. Allie picked this up for me off the freebie table because of this bear. Look at this sassy bear. Why is he wearing a sweatsuit? Why is he laying like that? It's the Jeff Goldblum Jurassic Park pose, right? Got this witchy stitcher off the freebies. Look how happy this ghost is to be haunted. How sweet. I found this Mama Witch cross stitch pattern. Y'all know why I got him, right? Look at this little wizard raccoon. And he's very happy eating a lemon. I don't know. Allie swiped this one for me from the freebies. Very cute. I like the little button stack in the middle of the flowers. And then I found this on the freebies table and I grabbed it. There's a Mirabilia in here that you can't get anywhere else. It is called Red Skies at Night. And it's really cool. Isn't that neat? My friend said that you could alter this to look like Ariel from The Little Mermaid. And that's like Prince Eric's ship. You could do that. It would be pretty cool. This is the last pattern that I bought. Bees in Her Bonnet from Carriage House Samplers. I love this. I really want the fruit one though. I would have just like loved to have had that one. But I do like bees. See, it's a face. She has on a hat. Very cute. And I found this piece of fabric. It's this really pretty green. So I'm going to stitch her on that, I think. I think it'll look really cool. Finally able to meet Marianne in person. Marianne is a bundle of pure sunshine, and she's so much fun. She is coming to the Queen City Stitch Retreat, and she made me a present. Look at what she made me. This is Camille and Bloom from Mirabilia. And it's just this little box. And the thing is this came in really handy, as you can see, at the retreat. Because if somebody handed me something small or I had something small I didn't want to lose, I could just throw it in the box. It's awesome. My friend Sarah at this table made me this needle minder. The last thing I bought at Stitch New Jersey is a project roll from To Dye House. If you have not seen these before, now you have. These are project rolls. They're hard, right? You untie your fancy ribbons and it rolls out. This is hard and it stays there, but you lay your projects, finishes, whips in. You can separate them so you know your beads don't go wacky. And then you just roll it up. You can use it for storage, use it for retreats to take your projects and keep them safe. Your finishes, if you're not a fully finisher, store them safely. Really cool, right? I also asked her, and she very graciously gave me one to give away at the Queen City Stitch Retreat. I'm super excited. Kathy was so much fun. And y'all, you are not going to believe what she gave to me. I'm a sticker. You see? It says Maggie, aka Kitschy Whips. Stitch Whitman. I was like scream crying. Look at this. That fall was real. Absolutely just flabbergasted. It's my ribbon dance. Thank you so much, Kathy. You are an absolute delight, and I really hope I get to see you again sooner rather than later. I'll definitely have to use those stickers in my journal. Lady Mirabilia from Mirabilia. This is the one that I'm just stitching her head, and this is where I'm at so far. I do not remember the dyer of this fabric. End of sentence. I just went nowhere with that. But this is where I'm at. I also have an update on my round robin that I'm doing with my lady friends. It is called Pinup Girl from Soda Stitch. I will insert a picture here. Click. This is where I'm at right now. I finished her hair. The shading is so good. I love Soda Stitch. This is Dutch Beauty, also known as this. This was a start for StitchNJ. There were a few people that had talked about starting it at the retreat, and I was like, I like to be part of groups that start things. Can I play? If you've been around here for a while, you know that this is not my calling, let's say. But like I said, I was really hoping I could get involved with some new people and try some new things. And I'm having so much fun. I found this huge piece of 40 count Zweigart fabric that I believe is called Light Pixie Dust. Because of course, if I'm gonna stitch something like this, I gotta make it me. I'm doing one strand over two. I'm gonna stitch the whole thing with one strand. And I learned how to do a pin stitch. So this is my fabric. There was actually a group picture. I'm gonna insert that here. Click. That's all of us together. So this is how big my fabric is. But isn't this fabric cool? So of course I'm gonna change all the colors. Started here with this deer. So he's obviously brown, which isn't too bizarre. But I'm just gonna figure out the colors as I go. I am gonna do his spots like maybe pink or blue or some sort of out of the ordinary color for a deer. I don't want to go too cartoony, like too Dr. Seuss, but I'm really excited to play with the colors, and I can't wait to stitch on that again. I'm very happy that I joined that SAL, and I can't wait to get back to it once I'm done with my like work stitching. This is not my job, but I have stitches that I have got to get done ASAP. Plus the Grace Notes Fabrics Retreat's coming up in a couple of weeks, and there's whips on their fabrics that I'd like to get to a point where I can bring them. So we'll see. One of the projects that I took to StitchNJ with me was Golden Girl Apple. Golden Girl Apples, which you don't see stitched a lot, which is a shame. She's very cute. Little pin-uppy, which I love. Isn't she pretty? I thought she would be a good retreat pattern because she's got a lot of color blocks, so I wouldn't really have to pay too much attention. But one thing I found was I was kind of like, I didn't want to stitch on anything I'd brought. And I did, but I only brought like a couple of things, 2 or 3 things, because I'm like, well, you know, I should have brought it all. So now I know. Stack up the whips. Plus you just have more choices to stitch on. I am stitching this with Fiber Arts Amy. There is a SAL going on that I'm joining in on, but I did not start. I think it's just Golden Girl Apple SAL. Golden Girl Apple SAL. Is that right? Check for that if you can on Instagram. They've totally messed up the hashtags. It sucks. So it used to be you could search for a hashtag or click on a hashtag in someone else's comments, and it would take you to all the pictures under that hashtag, and you could pick the top post or you could pick the most recent post. Something like Channeling Wednesday, I like to visit everybody that posts to leave a comment to let them know that we're glad you've joined us and we want to see what you're stitching, right? Otherwise, people feel like they're talking into a void and they don't want to play along anymore. And I don't want people to feel that way. So I try to comment on every picture I can, even if it's a little bit late. However, Instagram has updated where now when you click on a hashtag, it gives you top posts and top recent posts, which is totally useless. When I click on the Shadowlane Wednesday post, I don't see anything that someone has recently posted. I'm only seeing totally old posts and they're all mixed in and it's a big freaking mess. And I'm very upset because I don't want anyone to think that Amy and I just don't care about what they're doing. I really want people to feel included when they do a SAL with me. So it's very frustrating. FYI, if there's something that you want me to see specifically, please tag me in your post or leave a comment with an at me or send me just something. I hate asking to do that because I don't want people to think I'm like, I'm special, but I want to see what you're working on, and Instagram is ruining it for me. I also took Villa Mirabilia with me just for funsies. She's on a fun fabric. And she looks like she'd be more complicated to work on, but she's not because she's got all these little color blocks, these big sections of color. So she's actually pretty easy for, you know, retreat stitching. But I got this whole section done here and I started on some pink because I'm like, I'm tired of brown. So I was close enough to a fun color that I could jump and start her little bow flower tie thing. Arlene, I need words with math. I'm pretty sure that was it for the things that I stitched or have stitched on recently, either at the retreat or when I came home. I think that's it. I think we did it, y'all. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, all of those things. Not just for me, for any floss tuber, that's what keeps us going. Like, for real. If somebody comments, it makes you excited to do the next video. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that people are interested. So please comment, particularly on channels that maybe don't have a lot of subscribers yet, but they're really working hard. Give them a try. Join us for Shadowlane Wednesdays on Wednesdays. You can also stitch your Shadowlane whenever the heck you want. Tag it anyway. Not that I can see it. Instagram. But none of that matters because what matters is that I love spending time with you. Thank you for spending your time with me. Bing, 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 bing. Let's stitch. All right, y'all. For better or for worse, this is the video. I'll see you hopefully soon. Okay.